and welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara Breen. Joining this week are Miles Jupp, Ed Byrne and Rob Beckett, Angela Barnes, Hugh Dennis and Milton Jones. We start with a round called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, teams, what's going on here?
Cameron is saying, you cradle the pig's head, like so.
He's probably saying, and this is how I would snog Angela Merkel.
He's just gesticulating. What he doesn't realise, he's actually doing sign language for vote leave.
I thought the Brexiteers missed a trick by not calling the opposition Romanians.
That Madame Tussauds finally tracks down missing Cameron.
Possibly he's just practising a bit in his resignation speech where he strangles Boris Johnson.
Is it a nice guy just doing his best?
No, do you know what it is?
I have a suspicion that is David Cameron.
There you go. Yes, of course. Congratulations, Hugh. Yes, this is David Cameron campaigning for Britain to remain in the European Union. This week, Cameron declared that he will continue as Prime Minister regardless of the result of today's historic referendum. Have you enjoyed the last 6 weeks of the to and fro of the European referendum debate?
You know what? It makes me look forward to the time when we have to make Wimbledon funny again.
I think it's been a really bonding experience for us all, hasn't it? I think we're going to look back on this and think of it as a happy time in our nation. On a par with things like the Black Death. Isn't it a bit odd that we're even talking about it there? Because if the polls have just closed...
The
right?
only thing that's going to come to quickly is the first of the polling areas, which is Gibraltar. So Gibraltar announces before anyone does, and we're all on tenterhooks here, Gibraltar. You're pretty much in Europe no matter where you vote. Gibraltar, I'm afraid, Spain ain't going away, right? So it doesn't matter how many armies of monkeys you train to climb a mountain and stare across at them, you're going to be there for some time, no matter what.
There's so much has been said, though, about Brexit. No one cares anymore. They've run out of people to ask. On Sky News on Monday, they were talking to Michelle off The Apprentice and Ju Sarpong. I don't care what they think.
I didn't vote at all. Last time I tried to vote, they said all you have to do is put your X in a box. Would Janet get in a box?
We're in an awkward kind of thing. It might have passed, it might not have passed, it might have gone. Might be in Europe, might be out of Europe, we don't know. Tomorrow morning it could be Brexit, and then all the bananas go back to what bananas looked like before EU made them nice. We'll walk into Tesco, what the hell is that? And they'll go, these are what bananas are actually supposed to look like. We've been airbrushing bananas for the last 40 years because the EU told us, and we all be going, no! Give me back my bananas!
It doesn't matter what happens.
Yes, Miles, that's what we'll be doing. We'll be screaming bananas.
But it's the problem. It's stuff like that people worry. Like, there was one article I read that said if we have left the EU, we could end up with a national shortage of wine. Yeah, now everyone's engaged. I've got a strategy. Like, for a start, we stop wine tasters spitting it out, because that's a waste. Unless they're going to spit it directly into my mouth, they can forget that.
Would you walk around and eat fancy? No, and you're there behind them, like a baby bird going... when they regurgitate their wine.
I've got other strategies. We stop selling wine in Lidl. Poor people don't need wine, they've got cider. That's fine, that's cider.
In that photo, does the other side of that mug say, deep shit?
I tell you, if Boris Johnson runs for Prime Minister, I'm going to run against him. We don't want that idiot with stupid hair.
Michael Gove has said he doesn't want to be leader, doesn't he? And he brilliantly said last week he doesn't want to be leader. So if whatever posters you have on your wall don't put up one of me. Because that's unnecessary.
It's interesting, actually, what the poll said, because the poll said, well, can we finish the house or not? Yes, all right, you don't have to go for a couple of years. Finish the house, for God's sake.
Everyone's a bit of a hypocrite about it, because I heard a woman around my way go, well, if we vote leave, I've had enough, I'm just going to move to my place in Spain permanently.
The main thing is, though, it's been a very poisonous debate, but it's over now, and we can all be friends again, and let's never speak of Europe again. That's it. It's done. And we tried to bow in the whole thing.
Poor old June Sarpong's going to be out of work, but never mind.
In other news, what's going on here?
These are twins.
I say it's Rooney saying, shut up, you're not my real dad.
There's Rooney saying, hey, no one's noticed my beer mat collection behind us.
Is Saint Etienne the patron saint of lost causes?
Is it just two decent men trying to do their best?
Is Rooney saying to Hodgson, I've shagged your nan?
He's probably saying, I may be 103, but I've got more of my own hair than Laughing Boy hair.
And to add to our injury woes, Rooney's eyebrow is stuck in the up position.
He had a terrible eyebrow strain in the 85th minute.
Just a bloke looking at another bloke, isn't it?
Just stop focusing on the picture. Now it sounds like it's a magic eye. Stop looking at the picture. Let's look beyond the picture.
I can see misery.
Yes, go on. It's England in Euro 2016 who have been exciting and thrilling to watch.
The important thing is that Russia are out, which is good, which makes life... And that makes life easier for everybody else's hooligans, doesn't it?
They were too professional about it, weren't they?
Oh, but
they put too much effort in.
Do you know, all the other countries... When they said that the Russians are highly trained and they're moving through, like, SWAT teams and they're militarily trained, and all the 23 other countries in the Euros went, really? I never expected that, apart from Ukraine.
They were pretty well organised, but then on other times, like, didn't they use a flare in the stadium to signal when to kick off?
Yes.
It's like, what's wrong with a WhatsApp group? It's 2016.
We're
Time
kicking
to go,
off now.
lads.
Flair is tremendously camp as well.
They also did that thing, didn't they? So some of the hooligans, when they attacked the English fans, shouted, apparently because Maria Sharapova had been banned for doping, they all shouted, "This is for Maria," as they charged the England. Can you imagine England fans charging Russians going, "This is for Tim Henman"?
I love it about how all the Russian hooligans are all, like, teetotal, aren't they? They're all really straight
Really into,
living. Yeah, all their athletes are off their tits. They've got them the wrong way round.
They have. They've not worked this out at all.
If football supporters are fighting, there's not much the footballers can do about it. Archery supporters, very well behaved.
Any other countries you've enjoyed watching?
Wales. I'm not a football fan, but I love an underdog, right? And Wales, in this tournament, it looks like they're really putting Wales on the map, you know, because until now, other countries just thought Wales was a unit of measurement for deforestation.
Well, I live in Wales, and that is there's a pub quite near me, so I can definitely hear when Wales have scored a goal. I can't hear who they're playing against, and I'm not going to wander in and ask, but I can definitely...
Hello, who are you playing?
Who's on the receiving end, you old dogs?
If we could keep it down.
You temper your national joy for the sake of, sleepy time.
The worst thing of watching it in the pub is, though, just because it's England, they think you can just throw beer everywhere. I hate watching a pub. It's like, oh, you're sort of thinking, oh, I'll just take 1-0. I've got new trainers on. Do you know what I mean?
Actually, watching England this time around is a bit like the EU referendum, in a sense, isn't it? A lot of crosses in the box and nothing much will happen.
the end of that round. The points go to Angela, Hugh and Milton. Now we play a round called Mocky McMockface. This game involves Miles and Milton, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and whoever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is travel. Miles.
Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with trains. It's the quiet coach, OK? Quiet, that is an adjective. It doesn't go far enough. Quiet is an adjective. It should be called the silent coach. Shouldn't it? The silent coach. No one would have any trouble understanding that. It's the silent coach, right? You can't talk on it, you can't use your laptop, children can't travel on it, you can't eat crisps, and crucially, they, the train people, they wouldn't be allowed to make announcements. Because the sort of people that have the mentality to travel on the quiet coach, which is the correct mentality, are the sort of people who check where the train is going before they bloody get on it. For years, we've just not got these things right. Mock the Week audience, you're exactly the sort of people that know what I'm talking about. In Russia, during the revolution, right? During the Russian Revolution, the Russian army was able to travel to all of its battles by train. During a revolution, they were still able to rely on public transport. Imagine if we had a revolution now and the army had to rely on transport, we'd be buggered, wouldn't we? Certainly those of us who wanted the army to win. Absolute nightmare, wouldn't it? Marston Moor 2016 kicked off. You know, the British Army turning up 7 hours late to every single conflict. Oh, sorry, there were leaves on the line at Stevenage. There was a passenger action at Crewe. We were going to be joined by the SAS, but they've been stuck on a rail replacement bus service in Horrified.
Thank you very much, Miles. OK, now it leaves Milton. Let's see what topic you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. And the subject is music.
We don't know much about Galileo. He was a poor boy from a poor family. I live in a Grade 2 listed building, which of course means that everyone in it has to be quite good at the piano. Apparently all Chinese children who are learning to play the piano know a tune called Knife and Fork. I'd like to take the band ABBA out for lunch, and if I could, I would, my friend. For Nando's. When I was at school and it rained, we used to have to stay in for wet play. And when it was cold, we used to have to stay in and listen to this really dull band. AD 79. Julius Caesar receives the first ever weather forecast. Hail Caesar.
Thank you very much. Points there go to Milton Jones. Come up. Our next round is called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Angela, which category would you like?
I will have science, please, Dara.
Excellent. Science it is. The answer is 186 days. What is the question?
Is it how long you have to work before you qualify for a loo break at Sports Direct?
Is it if Donald Trump becomes president, how long has the Earth got left?
What is the guaranteed time to a perfect beach bod with the Miles Jupp gin and cured meat diet?
Just in time for Christmas, then.
We holiday abroad.
Is it... How many days are there in the North Korean month of Kimtober?
Is it how long we'll have to queue for a loaf of bread if we leave the EU?
Is it how long should it take to get to an inconvenience store?
Is it how much of his life can Charlie Sheen remember?
Is it, if you want to have a dinner party to remember, how long should you leave out the prawns?
Is it, what would the film 127 Hours have been called if it had been his penis that was trapped?
No, I'll give it a few more weeks and then decide. Surely somebody will come past.
See, how long would it take to tumble dry a circus tent?
How long does it take Craig David to comprehensively seduce 26.6 women?
Did you say that? You have been comprehensively seduced.
Mars, how would you comprehensively seduce someone? What would be
Look, you know when it's over, Rob.
What is the actual answer, please?
Is it how long was Tim Peake in space?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ed Byrne. Well done. Very good. Yes, and the question I was looking for is how long was Major Tim Peake on the International Space Station before he returned to Earth this week? Yes, there he is in a deck chair, not doing a tap.
But the only reason he come back was because the Russian bloke on the space station stuck up behind him on the end of a bar stool.
I watched the news report about it, but I'm hard of hearing, so I used the subtitles, and it genuinely said that he was up in space for 6 months without gravy, and it took me ages to realise they meant gravity. To be fair, he was without both, and I couldn't do it, you know.
I mean, there's that anti-gravy machine they have. Sinister.
Sorry, I just realised there's a fucking box under my... No wonder I've got no space. Look at this.
What is it?
Just found that. The old shark gun. It's a bit tight down here, isn't it?
What artefacts have you discovered?
I don't know. And I've dropped my drink. This is an absolute nightmare. I've done the carpet, I'm afraid.
He set a lot of records while he was in space, didn't he, Tim Peake?
He did.
But it was kind of like, once he got into space, that was the hard part, and then just everything he did, he was the first person to do it in space. It was just like, he was the first person to get on the New Year's Honours list in space. He was the first one to do a marathon in space. It's just, once you get into space, that's you. It's like, if I got into space, I could set records for first man to clean his glasses on his underpants. In space, you know.
He did run a marathon up there, didn't he? And I thought I'd run a marathon if I had an option to float bits of it.
Just set the treadmill on really fast. I'll just hover above it.
I haven't hit the wall yet. When's the wall coming?
This is so difficult. I've done 4 miles already.
He did the marathon. He didn't do any football because they wouldn't have got past the coin toss.
What did he do up there?
He did experiments up there. He
basically did media. Oh, he didn't have the time to do experiments.
Media. He did 6 months of experiments.
What experiments did he do?
250 different experiments of different things in zero gravity, yeah.
Robbie is a decent guy.
Don't you think the Americans are watching it, though? I mean, it's incredibly... You know, we're excited, but the Americans must be watching it going, you are literally 40 years behind us.
There were Americans as well, you know, in this. That's all the Americans are doing as well.
Are you going to shut down every comical notion we bring to you now? Yes, but he's in space, so leave him alone.
Respect the spaceman.
I love science, and everything's OK because it's science.
I think
I'm not joking about astronauts. Just because he's gone up there and done experiments, I don't know exactly what they are, I've just been told.
You think he's bluffing that? That actually...
He's on a blank, mate. He's been up there.
The slightly sad thing about it, he's the first British astronaut, but he is representing the European Space Agency, isn't it? So if there is Brexit, the next British astronaut is going to be in a hot air balloon on a very long...
I think he deserves all the honours he's getting, because it is a dangerous mission to get that much closer to the sun when you're that ginger.
It was sort of ridiculous that when the guy from the European Space Agency said, well, you know, how will he feel? He said, well, I think he's going to be a bit shocked by gravity. You think he's got a very short memory, isn't he?
What's all this business?
He's been up there 6 months, like, with no atmosphere, so to ease him back in, they've taken him to the new Top Gear studio. Take that, Chris Evans.
first comment when it came out was that the earth smelt really strongly of earth, and everybody sort of shuffled and company went, that's just Kazakhstan.
I like the way he said, I'm looking forward to spending some time with my wife and having my first shower for 6 months. Like, other way round, mate. That's it. Unless she likes him a bit gamey. So I do it the other way round.
So how do they wash in space?
They get a cloth. They wash
Just
with a
with a
cloth.
cloth? With a
Hang him upside down.
Dirty bastard.
Yes, sir.
So would you like to go in space?
Yeah, no, it's really... I found... Oh, hello. Jesus Christ. What are the fucking flies?
Oh, Tim Peake's not here, is he? Smelly bastard Tim Peake's not turned up, is he?
Are you certain, Dara, that no part of you is dying?
Flies attracted to corpses, you're correct, but they don't attract to the dying. Flies don't
are you
follow
actually
old
dead, then?
people.
I
Flies
think
don't
they can,
follow
yeah.
old people around as an omen. Oh, hello. Mrs.
somebody,
Mrs.
what
Jenkinson in 13B, the flies have gathered. They're not vultures, they don't hover waiting for you to breathe your last.
Where do you piss as well in space?
In space, there's a funnel with a vacuum in it.
Oh, quality of asphalt. Nice, isn't it? Oh, man. I need to go to the toilet again. He's drinking a lot.
I imagine...
Is Elvis your cum face? Is
Just to talk about something slightly cleaner, do you suppose the novelty of pooing in a bag ever wears off?
Just to get it in the back. I think you're floating about.
Well, you could catch it, I suppose, like a butterfly net. All right, do you know what? I'll go up and get a few of them when there's more collected.
At the end of the poet's got Angela Hewitt Milton. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is things you wouldn't hear on a kids' TV show.
Thunderbirds are go! Is what I shout at orgasm.
Oh, Lala, I'm afraid you're not Teletubby, you're Teleobese, and if you're not careful, you'll get Telediabetes.
Don't ask your parents' permission before you phone. Those dicks will only say no.
And on today's Horrible Histories, a 1970s episode of Top of the Pops.
Right, young Womble, today we're going to destroy the Wimbledon Tennis Championships and get rid of all this dog poo from the common. Get yourself a golf club.
Well, if you're not having an affair, whose square pants are these?
Well, things are hotting up in Balamory. Archie's been radicalised.
Well, Miss Hooley, I'm wondering if I'm going to be regretting this job in 14 years.
Mr. Tumble, you're 43. Grow up, for fuck's sake.
Johnny's dad said, do your revision. So Johnny left school and entered the Eurovision Song Contest.
Daddy Bear said, somebody's been sleeping in my bed. And Mummy Bear said, it was probably your whore, Linda.
Just 3 more blobs of glue, and that's a massive cock and balls there.
And the janitor would have got away with it too if it hadn't been for the photographs he'd taken of those pesky kids.
Yodel delivery driver Pat. Yodel delivery driver Pat. He's thrown your parcel in a hedge.
And now it's time for our resident band of children violinists. Please welcome the Kitty Fiddlers.
And now, Peppa Pig is a recipe on Saturday Kitchen.
Let's see what's happening over at the Magic Roundabout. Yep, more dogging.
And just remember, your Blue Peter badge can get you in free at over 200 strip clubs and lap dancing establishments.
Look, Iggle Piggle, it's the Ninky Nonk. Oh, the Olivier said my Hamlet made him weep like a little girl.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear at Euro 2016.
Wayne Rooney's come out covered in Formica. I think the managers told them to play as a unit.
Rooney is playing in the pocket. Oh, that's unpleasant.
And England go through on penalties.
And the French mascot is 7-year-old Lucien Dubois from Nice, showing us all how to smoke a cigarette with real panache there.
Oh, that is an absolutely shocking decision by the referee. Black shorts, black shirt. I'm sure the girls will agree with me. Way too matchy-matchy.
Let's not forget that Roy Keane and Martin Skirtle were club mates at Real Sociopath.
Oh, that is an absolute beauty. Swedish, about 25. Well done, Dirty Dave on camera 5.
The England front three are trying to get in behind, but the Wags are having none of it.
And the crowd invade the pitch and the French officials have surrendered.
Oh, did that cross the line? Seemed a bit racist to me.
Well, next for us, it's Iceland-Turkey, and when that's defrosted, it's England-Slovakia.
And Russia have gone for a 4-3-3-7-8-10-1-9-16 formation. We're never going to get out of this alley.
Well, let's look at the stats in the first half. I was responsible for 90% of the cliches, and that really is the icing on the cake.
And the Swedes are out. He really should have worn tighter shorts.
So who's up for the World Cup in Russia? Guys?
There goes Ronaldo down the wing, doing what he did a minute ago, and he's slightly slower. This is the replays now. Yeah.
Say, cometh the hour, cometh the man, and I have. I'm just off to get some more pants.
At the end of that round, the boys got a Rod, Ed and Miles. That's the end of the show. This week's winners are Miles Jupp, Ed Byrne and Rob Beckett. Commiserations to Angela Barnes, Hugh Dennis and Milton Jones. Thank you for watching. I'm Darren Breen. Good night.
What's available on BBC iPlayer this week? Well, from Boy Meets Girl, Chris Ramsey helps Frank Skinner to find out. Online now. And arriving in Successful, Mark Wright has no idea what's going to happen, well, except a murder, obviously. That's from BBC Three.
Read about the things
Mock the Week. I'm Dara Breen. Joining me this week are Ed Gamble, Tiff Stevenson and Nish Kumar, Josh Widdicombe, Hugh Dennis and Gary Delaney. We start with a round call. If this is the answer, what is the question? On the board are 6 categories. Nish, which category would you like?
I'll go for politics, Dara, because I'm a clever boy.
You got Swat. Okay. Your category.
You're on the wrong show.
Yeah. Okay, let's give it a go, shall we? Your category is politics. The answer is 4%. What is the question?
Is this the percentage of people who enjoyed a comedy gig I did in Greenwich in December of last year?
We've all had those shows.
Yeah, I was at that, and that was not 4%.
I didn't see it, but what are the chances of Johnny Depp appearing on the next series of Mr. and Mrs.?
Is it how much of the old Top Gear audience has Chris Evans held on to?
Including those
Clarkson's in?
Is it by 2017 what proportion of celebrities will still be alive?
I know. Ooh, we're not the one killing them.
Is it the amount of hair that Donald Trump has managed to spread across his entire head?
What are Sepp Blatter's chances of going to heaven?
Is it, despite claiming it's my favourite book, how much have I read of Nelson Mandela's Long Walk to Freedom?
Nothing against Nelson Mandela, but he kind of gave away the ending in the title. It's kind of... You're left in no doubt during the long Robben Island bits.
You think it should have been called Locked Up? Question mark.
Simple. Or Long Walk to Freedom.
Is it how deep is your love?
That's not deep enough, is it? By the way, just
No, just speaking for all the ladies, 4% is not deep enough.
Julie Nobridge.
Do you know what? I've never learned anything from this show, but there's a first time for anything, isn't there?
Is it what was the turnout at the annual conference of the Apathy Society? That's always tricky.
They were reportedly very happy.
I like the fact that round of applause was really half-assed as well.
Is it how much of my foot could I fit into one of Josh Widdicombe's little shoes?
Size 9.
Ladies.
Oh, 9?
Yeah, children, so I don't have to pay VAT on my shoes.
I'll have you know those are the exact plimsolls that Nelson Mandela wore on his long walk.
Does anyone have the correct answer
Yes.
for why? Yes.
How much of my Sunday paper wasn't about Muhammad Ali? No,
it's in a recent poll, how much was the Leave campaign beating the Remain campaign?
That's absolutely right. Thank you very much, Josh Widdicombe, yes. Yes, the question I was looking for is, according to a recent poll, how far ahead is the Leave campaign in the European referendum? A recent YouGov poll showed that the Leave campaign is ahead by 4%, although there is no clear consensus, and a poll from ORB has shown that Remain is 1% ahead. It's an exciting campaign, though. Are we all enjoying it?
Oh, God.
Loving it.
Some people say that the polls can't be trusted, which tells you how they're going to vote.
I don't know how you could look at a poll in this area, because you truly ring somebody's doorbell and you open it, and then you go, are you in or out? And they go, well, I'm clearly in.
I think it's not had a great PR campaign behind it, has it? Because Brexit's a terrible name. It sounds like cereal you have when you're constipated.
Given the rest of Europe's attitude to us, it feels a lot more like Bruck off at the moment.
When we were doing a series last year, it wasn't Brexit, it was called Brixit this time last year.
Was it?
Which is another version of Brexit, which is also wrong because it sounds like a type of Lego, or what the Greek finance minister does every time he sees Angela Merkel.
I think the problem with the Leave campaign is the people in charge. Michael Gove, who looks like a kind of satirical cartoon of Michael Gove. One of the things he said at the weekend was, we should say to Europe, you're fired. which is a catchphrase that is 10 years old. You might as well go, we should say to France, what's up? Is that Angela Merkel?
Don't leave me hanging, people. Don't leave me hanging. What's up? Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
It's not even the worst looking, though, out of the pair, because Boris looks like a newly circumcised penis. With a wig on it.
Oh, with a wig on it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd be terrified if I was faced with Boris, because he looks like the ghost of the honey monster.
When you've got Gove, Johnson and Farage, that isn't the leader of a campaign. That is the worst ever game of shag, marry, kill.
It has been the most relentlessly negative on both side campaigns I've ever. Genuinely, very, very quick quiz, right? As to who said it. Do we say or do we go, right? Do we remain, do we leave? Who threatened what, right? Britain be landed with a £2.4 billion bill. Is it if we remain or if we leave?
That's leave.
No, that's if we remain. According to Boris Johnson, Britain lose 3 million jobs if we remain or if we leave.
Leave.
Yeah, that's very good. That's what the Remain campaign said. The value of homes will drop by a fifth if we remain or if we leave.
Oh, that was on Homes Under the Hammer.
Yeah. There'll be fewer curry chefs if we remain or if we leave. There will be fewer curry chefs.
Curry, that famously European dish.
If we leave...
Bad enough you stole our country, white people! Carry on.
If you say leave, it's if we remain. According to Priti Patel, the Leave campaign, they'll be starved of high-quality chefs by immigration policy. It'll cost each household £9,000 a year. Remain or leave?
Remain said that.
Remain said that, you're right, not leave. Yeah. Are you following all this?
The only word I understood from that was curry. I've got no idea.
Even to the extent that people go, the value of homes in the UK will drop by a fifth, and then lots of people went, oh, great. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Because then people can afford to buy homes. Oh, we hear about people not being able to afford to buy homes. No, it's a bad thing. Oh, it's a bad thing now. OK, wait, yeah, is it a bad thing? We don't even know if things are good or bad.
One of the worries for Brexit, one of the big fears they've got is that Europe keeps on expanding. So they keep on adding countries. And there is some, there is some worry about that because Australia came second in Eurovision.
I think the problem... Well, you've got this John Major having a go at Boris Johnson, which is a blue-on-blue, did they call that?
Yeah.
I didn't understand what that was, and I was going to Google it, but then I thought, I don't know what kind of porn I'm going to tell. The last thing I want to do is go, oh, Anthony Costa, you're better than that. No.
It's Smurfs. it's the magic flute.
What I mainly feel about it, though, is that basically we have got to make this last 3 weeks on this programme.
Yes.
We can't use all these jokes now. This effectively for us is tantric satire. Very easy.
OK. You're going to hold back. All right. There's a general kind of... I was in Europe last week. I was in gigs in Brussels and Holland. And there's a general... I know. There's a general sense of, why... They don't get it. They're like, what? Why are you... Oh, OK.
What, your comedy?
Yeah, no. So hard. They paid for their tickets, that's it. They're not getting the money back. Apart from the man who came up to me in a chocolate shop in Brussels train station and then said, the weather is very good, isn't it? I went, Jesus, I'm in a spy movie. Oh, yes, but not when the rain falls. Meet me by the liqueurs.
I think it's hard. I find it difficult to find which I dislike more, whether it's like the petty xenophobia of Nigel Farage or the French.
Staying in Europe, what major European sporting event is starting this weekend?
Oh, Euro 2016.
You're very excited, aren't you?
I'm very excited. It's the best thing ever.
Excited, but this is what happens every time. It's always the same. It's like huge excitement followed by inevitable limp disappointment. It's like Jerry Hall's wedding night.
even that photo of men getting on a plane. I've got goosebumps.
They're getting on in the very wrong way.
That's how bad our team is.
It seems to me that plane has got far too many stewards.
I don't know if you watched Alan Shearer's documentary which said the best summer of our lives 20 years ago was 1996, when we reached the semi-finals. That is how shit we are. That we're doing documentaries about when we reached the semi-final. Germany aren't doing that. They're not doing documentaries on things. They're not doing documentaries on the time they came second in a war.
Presumably do documentaries in Germany about the war. Presumably that was a large historical event, and there probably have been documentary makers in Germany who've made it. But they just don't call it the best summer of our lives.
Is the whole Brexit referendum campaign not missing a huge trick by referencing the Euros? Because if you're fear-mongering people, fear-monger them about something they care about. Like, well, they should just say, well, if we leave, we won't be invited to the Euros anymore. And then people will be like, now I'm engaged.
I mean, England could be out by the 24th. It could be out in time to vote on the European referendum.
How low their confidence is, they haven't even registered for a postal vote.
Okay, let's get that round. The points go to Josh, Hugh and Gary. Now we play a round called I'm So Brexcited and I Just Can't Hide It. This game involves Nish and Gary, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is the movies. Who wants to go in that? Nish.
I'm a big movie fan, and I'm very excited that there's going to be a new James Bond. Now, my pick, personally, would be Idris Elba. I think he'd be an amazing James Bond, but some people are very unhappy. I was reading an article about this, and the first comment under the article started with the words, "This is not a race thing." Which immediately makes you think, it's definitely a race thing. This is not a race thing, it's just James Bond is not black. Now, I've got terrible news for this person. James Bond is not real. He's not a real person. He doesn't exist. If you're talking about fidelity to Ian Fleming's original character, Daniel Craig has a smartphone and a laptop, and in one of the Pierce Brosnan films, he drove an invisible car. So it might be a bit like if you just suddenly become a stickler for canon. And the second comment started with the words, "This is political correctness gone mad. This is the ethnic minority lobby getting their way again." And hey, we all know if the ethnic minority lobby has been campaigning for anything, it is for a black James Bond. People have been out in the streets. We want a black James Bond now. We don't care about police brutality. All we care about is 007. Hashtag Black Bonds Matter. We will settle for a Mexican, maybe. And who can forget the immortal words of Dr. Martin Luther King? I have a dream that one day a black man will play a fake spy.
Thank you very much. Well done, Nish. OK, that leaves us with Gary. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. OK, the topic is work.
I nearly lost my job as a roofer when I was caught masturbating on the first day. Yeah, luckily, my boss said I could wipe the slate clean. I used to work at Waterstones. One day, a guy came in asking if we had any audiobooks with subtitles. I thought, hang on, that's a book. The circus near me held a competition to find the best contortionist, so I entered myself and won. In my old job, I just used to punch buttons all day, and that's why I'm no longer allowed to work in Panto. I've got two lawyers working for me at the minute. One's pro bono, and the other thinks he's a right pretentious twat. When my granddad was caught trying to stow away in the Merchant Navy, he offered to work his passage, which, as you can imagine, made him very popular. I hate people who phone me up just to complain about the weather, which is why I lost my job at Mountain Rescue. I was at a station the other day that had a piano on the platform, so I had a little tinkle on it, which saved me 30 pence. I I went on a positive thinking course. It was shit. I bought a Microsoft Advent calendar. If you open too many windows at once, they all shut again for no bloody reason. Thank you.
Well done. Very good. Adding points for both of you. Well done. Come on, sit back in. Our next round is called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what is happening, what's going on here.
Is he saying, does anybody know how to read?
Is he saying you must be this white to enter the country?
Donald Trump reveals lists of women he would bang if they weren't related to him.
Is he saying, I think my iPad is broken?
Get it off this window.
Is it Orangina announced product recall after overdose dangers revealed?
Is anyone else alarmed by the fact that he's fading into that background? It's like a magic eye picture that you don't want to decode.
Is it Donald Trump, or has Top Gear really taken its toll on Chris Evans?
Is he saying there's been a terrible mistake? I've shampooed these documents and I've laminated my hair.
Yes, want to bring the correct answer?
Oh, there's a correct answer?
No, there isn't really.
All right.
Well, there is, but I think you all know what it is.
The correct answer is Donald Trump.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is a picture of Donald Trump holding a recent press conference at Trump Tower during his US presidential campaign. Trump recently won enough delegates to secure the Republican Party's presidential nomination. Meanwhile, this week, Hillary Clinton secured enough delegates to be named as a Democrats candidate. Are we enjoying Trump?
He's like Silvio Berlusconi, but for a country that matters.
If you're like not white or a woman, his track. It's better if you are this end of the table, not keen.
Yeah, I'm great. I'm fine with him.
We think it's great. We think it's fantastic. Yeah. We're so pro the Donald. You know what I mean? Like he stands for us. Like
make Dara great again.
Oh, okay, well, firstly, while I appreciate the sentiment of an upward, again, when did I go to my lean years?
His record with women is atrocious. The problem is he's telling women what they should do with their wombs. And he came out and he said, I think women should be punished for having an abortion. I think his mum should be punished for not having one.
When you said his record with women is atrocious, I thought you were going to go, he's only snogged 3. What a loser.
Yeah. What a loser you'd be if you'd only snogged 3 women. The big issue with him is because he's currently being sued over Trump University, which I looked into this, and it's a place where people can go to become asset managers, wealth creators or estate agents. So it's essentially Hogwarts for arseholes.
Imagine. I mean, it costs people loads of money to go there, and that's why he's being sued, isn't it? But imagine a university that charges you thousands of pounds to study there. We would never have a system like that.
Graduating from Trump University and then suing Trump University is the only way you can make any money from Trump University.
It would be funny if the graduation involved you suing them and they went, congratulations. You're one of the clever ones. You've learned that this is entirely a scam.
And he keeps going on about building a wall. But, like, the idea that he wants the Mexicans to build the wall and pay for the wall, they should take him up on that and then just put a door in it.
I'll tell you what they should do. Do you remember
handle on their side.
Do you remember the BBC One Saturday night show Hole in the Wall? How much better if they built the wall between America and Mexico, but there was all shapes like that. And Dale Winton stood on the border. I'd watch it.
Or that wall in Total Wipeout that used to have like punching hands. That was a great, like 4,000 miles.
They could just have those 4 balls.
Oh my God! If they made all Central European, like you got into the country if you managed to actually get to the end. But you had to start by standing up and going, hello.
I think the big advantage of him being elected president is finally we'd be able to laugh at Americans for reasons they'd understand.
What did the Bank of England unveil last week?
I think it was a new fiver, wasn't it?
This is the new fiver, my friend. This is the new fiver.
Oh, make it rain.
Oh, yeah, I never thought of doing that. Like, oh, yeah, fiver. Yeah. Oh,
You're making it drizzle
difficult to
at
do.
best,
So,
aren't you?
yeah, hang on, that's it, isn't it? That's the motion. These were lent us by the bank for, you know, interesting satirical, not for me to go,
That's literally the worst rap video of all time. Never see Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre fetching the money they've just thrown.
Oh, honey, yeah, £30. It'll make your dreams come true. Oh, this would be terrible. Imagine because they're plasticky and clear and see through their polymer notes, which means you could actually go to the laptop and go, I can see you. I can see you. Can you see my money?
Imagine that at a cashier. I can see you. I can see you. Just pay for the condoms and leave.
The testing that they put them through, they said they dipped it in tea for, you know, all those times you mistake a fiver for a hobnob.
I often do that when I'm taunting younger comedians. Oh, really? I eat my fivers.
It could be they realised the recession was caused by people leaving fivers in their jean pockets, putting them in the wash.
Fivers only last they only rarely last 5 years. £5 note. You're
50, aren't you?
Yeah?
I could make a fiver. I can't even make it last 5 years.
I mean, honestly, cost of living.
This is the most I've ever been paid for this show.
You can't rip it, can you?
It's very difficult to tear. Very
Awful
difficult to burn.
news for magicians.
That'd be so irritating, I should make it doing. Oh, come on. Sign it for me. Oh, is it here? Doing. Ah, come on. Bloody fivers.
I like that
Have you ripped? They're given to us by the Bank of England specially. Have you literally torn?
Well, they should have made more of an effort to make it stronger. Back to the drawing board, guys.
Can I ask if that's actually allowed? Because one newspaper went mad about the fact that you were defacing the Queen, and then they said of all the indignities Churchill has suffered, being scrunched up, dipped in tea and Ribena is the worst. And I was like, surely it's the Nodding Dog commercial. Is that less dignified? Oh, yes.
We shall fight them on the beaches. Okay, so those are the fivers. Yes, please, if you can.
Guys, bad news, I lost mine.
Okay, what unusual thing has been found in a forest in Bulgaria?
It's a tree that looks like a man.
It's a tree that looks... Well, they say it looks like a man. This is the tree in a forest in Bulgaria. That doesn't...
It looks like Tim Burton's made a film about the life of Peter Crouch.
I just found another use for the notes, because you can make.
No, I don't think you should do that in public, Zara.
That's more the backstage thing.
You could make a tiny telescope out of it.
I know, yes, they're smaller notes, so the gap between the snort and the high will be shorter.
But also, like, if you're boing, they go back. Oh, this? No, officer, I wasn't.
It took me so long that they were accusing you of smelling cocaine.
I don't drink it, I just enjoy the bouquet.
You smell before you swill it round a little, and then you just take a little bit and then sneeze it back out again.
It's like arrogance in the 80s.
If you're at a cocaine tasting. I'll be trying this cocaine. You're just like a bucket. Not the only tree. It looks freaking and sinister. But there are plenty of trees. This is a tree that looks like a human being. If you're wondering what
doesn't
human,
look. How does that look like a
I will show
human
you
being?
exactly how it looks like a human being. Look, there we go. Okay, at the end of that round, the point of Miss Chippenhead. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics, and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. Okay, here we go. The first subject is commercials that never made it to air.
Mr. Muscle loves the jobs you hate, apart from blowjobs. He doesn't do blowjobs.
I used to wash with Dove, but the feathers came off and the beak was scratching.
Pepperami. It's a bit of an animal. I'm guessing the anus.
4 hoof marks and a large pile of poo. That's the sign of the Black Horse.
Megabus, the only bus company endorsed by Dara O'Brien.
Lynx, for when you want to smell like a virgin.
Are your pets so wonderful that they're actually tiring you out? Have a break. Have a shit cat.
Tesco penis extensions. Because every little helps.
At Debenhams, we've kidnapped the John Lewis penguin. And if you don't shop with us, we'll kill him.
Pediegg collects foot shavings like a bastard.
Abby has strong teeth, boundless energy, and a shiny coat. She's the best prostitute in London.
Barocca, start the day the right way with luminous piss.
There's now a free gift at the bottom of every box of Frosties. Type 2 diabetes.
Uncle Tom's rice, like Uncle Ben's, but a bit more racist.
Crack-flavoured Pringles. Once you pop, you really can't stop.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Ah, bad luck.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in hospital.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hunt wing.
Of course the influence of private companies hasn't affected the NHS. Just ask my colleague, Dr. Pepper.
And your cancer specialist today is Noel Edmonds.
Don't worry, Mr. Thomas, you won't be on that trolley in the corridor for much longer. We're taking it back to Tesco to get our pound back.
I'm afraid we're going to have to pull the plug because it's wedged really high up there.
For goodness sake, Mr. Wallace, please take your penis out of there. That's not what organ donor means.
This is the discussion group for people who've broken bones. Welcome to Snapchat.
Now we're going to need to put you to sleep, so I've got 2 tickets to see Dara O'Brien live in Belgium.
Is this admissions? Good, because I got one. I shagged your wife.
The good news is we're ready to take you into theatre. The bad news is it's a theatre in Brussels.
OK, we need to shock him. Stick your finger up his arse.
We've given your wife gas and air. And by that, I mean I farted and the nurse opened a window.
And then the points go to Josh, you and Gary. That's the end of the show. This week's winners are Josh Widdicombe, Hugh Dennis and Gary Delaney. Commiserations to Ed Gamble, Tiff Stevenson and Nish Kumar. Thank you for watching. I'm Dara Green. Good night. everyone. Welcome to Christmas with me, your Uncle Dara. This year, we wanted to make Mock the Week extra special, so we thought about top celebrity guests, spectacular firework displays and live music. However, that stuff costs money. So we just went for the usual collection of outtakes, new stuff and best bits. It'll be great. You can trust your Uncle Dara. What do you think? Yeah. That's too creepy, is it? That is too creepy, isn't it? Yeah. We start with a round call. If this is the answer, what is the question? On the board are 6 categories. Ed, which category would you like?
Sport, please.
OK, the category is sport, and the answer is 33. What is the question?
Is it how many pages in a Game of Thrones script are just the word tits in massive letters?
What is the emoticon for 2 women in a queue?
Is it the number of women I slept with in my 20s plus 32?
Is it how many children you have to qualify for a family ticket at Mormon Centre Parks?
Is it at what age did I finally accept that I would never play the Milky Bar Kid?
You really want to do that? Dream diet.
I've got 3 years to go.
Finally accepted.
Okay. How many cans of Fosters can you drink and still be below under the limit? How can...
That's the way you wouldn't want to say it if you'd actually been stopped by the police. And how much have you had to drink? Well, how many Fosters can you have? Under the limit, actually.
I am below under the limit. Not above.
Is it after how many miles did one of the proclaimers ask if they were nearly there yet?
Surely they go, why are we both going? You're the only one who's going to shag her. Why am I joining you on this 500-mile journey?
You promised me she had a friend. Is that right?
Is it... if a minicab says that it's 5 minutes away, how minutes...
Holy! Don't talk bad about Uber.
Well, here, the minicab industry has long fingers, isn't it? You don't know that today.
Well, from now on, I'm taking a black cab. There is a little bit of glass. Look, it's a little bit now.
Sue! Injuries at work!
Oh, my God. Have you been injured? You probably did the voiceover for those ads. Why did you ask yourself?
I had 33 Fosters and then the light exploded!
Now, I'm going to check with you. What do you think? They're happy.
They're happy.
Oh, they're happy! Yeah, brilliant, yeah. Carry on. So easy for you to say. All right, OK. We're being shelled here.
Is it how many people are going to be sacked after that light explosion?
Welcome to this year's Christmas quiz. Yes. I know. We have... Oh, wait, sorry, hang on. I need to make it more special. Hang on, there. How's that? That's good, isn't it? Wait, does that...
I like the shoes.
The shoes are good, aren't they? And this, I spent ages on this. This is... There we go.
It's
Look
like
at that.
wraps of heroin stuck on the tree.
Always a very happy Christmas around my house. Thank you very much.
What have you got in your stocking? A spoon and a lighter?
OK, here's the question. In Catalonia, in Spain, nativity scenes often feature a rogue figure who's doing what?
Having a kip?
No.
Or a moustache on the sleeping baby Jesus?
No, but that would be quite great.
Bullfighting.
Not bullfighting, no.
Spain, innit?
Yeah, but not in the middle of the nativity scene. It's not in Spain. They do accept that that's not happening in Spain.
Is he holding people hostage and arguing for Catalan independence?
He's not. He's not doing that, no.
Is he doing a little poo?
Yes, he's doing a poo. Well done, Rob. You're absolutely right. Give Rob a round of applause. Well done, Rob. Right there.
The great thing about that is Rob has tried to answer a question like that for many years.
Yeah,
that's the first one he's got right.
That's my default answer is he doing a poo? And that's the only time it's worked out.
He dates back to the early 18th century. He's the shitter he's known. He's supposed to he symbolises fertilising the ground, and he's in the nativity scene, the corner of the nativity scene.
I thought that I had a bad role in my school nativity play. That is the one you don't want to draw, isn't
Not
it?
again! Can I at least be an angel this time?
Has anybody noticed Dara's eye, by the way? Is it off-putting? Do you think the people at home will be concerned? What has happened?
I do. There's just a little sty in there. It's just got infected. So
Is that really it?
No, it's a.
Has Brian Cox been beating you again?
Look into the telescope. He said, "Look hard into the telescope," and he bruised my eye, ramming it in. Yeah, go on. Look at that hurt you. That's my good eye, Brian. That's my good eye.
He's just trying to turn you into Patrick Moore.
I was so worried they get me an eye patch. That this would be much more subtle if I presented. I presented the entire show like that because I've got a tiny infection in the eye. To be fair, I have a secret desire to have an eye patch. I don't want to ever lose an eye. That's not how much I want to have an eye patch, but I think they're cool. It's something massively impressive because a guy with an eye patch, shit has happened. Because also you can do this. Sexy. The final part of undressing in a sexy way would be to take off the eye patch and what?
You take my eye out.
What unusual present might people be giving this Christmas? Oh.
Dead seagull?
Have you ruined the surprise?
You were the worst Secret Santa ever. For God's sake, kill it.
I think it's actually sperm.
It is sperm. Yes, it is sperm. Yeah.
But this
not an unusual gift. Horrific return policy. Not interested.
You said 14 days. But why is this sorry, but
because there's a British sperm bank.
Yes,
which
there
is only since it's been set up. I don't know how long it's been set up. It's a while. It's like a year or a year and a half. Something.
Yeah.
It's only had 9 donors.
Yes. Why?
I'm wondering who the other 8 are.
Do you not all meet up? I presume if there's 9 donors, they've got to meet up every Christmas and year and go, swap stories.
Not for biscuits, though.
They say that there's a certain type of sperm that can withstand the freezing process, and they call it Superman sperm, when really that should be Han Solo sperm. It's a niche reference, but 3 nerds just fell in love with me.
You get paid 35 quid, and they were saying, well, they could up their money to get more donors, but they don't want people just doing it for the money. And, that's what you want, though. People just doing it for the love of it.
Yeah. I want to give something back to this game, you know what I mean? My dad was a sperm donor, my granddad was a sperm donor. A long line of sperm donors,
Is it 35 quid for the whole lot, or 35 quid per sperm?
No.
Because I could be maybe 160 quid.
There could be somebody watching this as a Christmas special who'd forgotten to give somebody a present and thought, brilliant! No!
I'm going to knock that up in a couple of days.
Difficult at Christmas because you're using the turkey baster already, aren't you?
Yeah. No, there is. Well, it's actually they've had a number of people attempt to be sperm donors. They need regular sperm donations, but it's very difficult because it has to be frozen, and then transfer the sperm has to have a very high motility, a very high.
But it's not very difficult to be the donor.
No, it is very.
In many ways, it's the easiest job in the world.
In many. Yeah.
Well, no, because you've got to go in, haven't you? You've got to go into the bank. Like, I don't know about anyone else. I do most of my banking online now. So.
Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask you to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the Prince of Wales.
Oh, God, I hate Christmas parties. Things are looking up, girl on girl. Let's round this corner. Ooh, Joanna Lumley, I'd love to show you something absolutely fabulous. Have you got a fag? So what is this? This is a present, is it? How lovely. What is it? A transparent rhinoceros? Well, I tell you what, you have quite literally given me the horn. Happy Christmas to both of you. I'm much more interested in Joanna. Joanna, I've got use of a private room, if you're interested. Oh, God. Charles is flirting again. I'm just popping upstairs for a few moments, Joanna. Room 232 on the first floor. I've got an old Gurkha you might be interested in. Why are you so long? I'm so sorry. I was trying to get Joanna interested in some of my organic produce, but nothing doing. What the fuck is this? Who's the Prince of Wales? Oh, well, I suppose it's green. Oh, never mind. Where's the handbook? Oh, that's interesting. This is all electric, but its emissions are still higher than a Volkswagen. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Matthew. The one thing you're supposed to do if you've got like a sty or something like that in your eye is you're supposed to put a warm compress on, like which is actually a painful thing because you get a cloth and you get all wet and stuff, and then you're doing this because the water's running everywhere, like whatever. I found the perfect thing if you want a warm compress, something that'll just sit warm, mold on your eye, is a burrito. The burrito is the perfect eye cure because it's warm, it stays warm for some time, it molds to the shape that you're putting it on to. No, it's not an open burrito, Ed. Wrapped in the stuff, right? Wrapped in the tinfoily thing or whatever. Just you put it on, and you can do it for as long as you want.
Well, you sat in Chipotle like that.
I went into one of those Mexican places and just sat there going, "Just give me whatever you want. Give me whatever you want." Then, and I went, "This is what I want this for."
Why are you doing that voice?
I have no idea.
Get out of here! You're mocking me.
You're mocking me.
You don't see me going into an Irish bar going, "Oh, give us a pint to give us this."
Was the burrito the first port of call, or were you doing all the different food types? Going into Pizza Express, this isn't working for me.
No, first I tried ramming a plate of nachos into my eye. I thought, this does not work. And then first, shall I try the taquitos instead?
And at what point do you think it became infected?
If you listen really closely, you can hear... Merry Christmas, everybody. What have scientists in America created recently?
They've connected together monkeys and rats to make super brains.
Monkeys are monkeys and rats and rats.
Yes, it's not a mixed together.
That would be incredible.
Monkey rat is here.
What we've got here is a runky.
Pretty racial slur. But there's a scientist who wants to connect monkeys and create a giant monkey. A man is living a prequel. This man's entire life is the 5-minute bit at a film before it cuts to 30 years later. And it's like a giant monkey brain going... And the 4 remaining humans are fighting their way out. Yes. As long as there's no monkey business, shout somebody out from the audience. Very good. Wow, between light bulbs and heckling, this is turning into the most interactive episode.
I actually quite like that. Can I just have that?
Yeah, go on, take it,
As long as there's no...
Showbiz rules, pet, that's tough, you know.
As long as there's no monkey business.
You've learned a cruel lesson there, Pat, haven't you?
She actually said runky business.
She said runky, you did it wrong.
Oh, OK, fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
oh, shut up!
Here is a picture of Prince Harry with his brother William. What's going on here?
Is that what Ron, Harry and Hermione will look like in 10 years?
Is it 3 of the least posh people at the rugby match?
Was he singing "Swing Low, 8 liveried footmen coming for to carry me home"?
My favourite person in the whole picture is the guy in front of Kate. Everyone else is really getting into the game. That guy there is just remembering a woman he once loved.
And you know the answer is?
Basically, they're playing Paloma Faith, and he's shouting, "Shut the fuck up."
There's that big rivalry between the two of them, because they're both brothers, and I think we can all relate to that. We can all relate to it. I have a massive rivalry with Prince William.
Why don't you get on with him?
He started it, mate. He's a dick. Don't ask me. I'm quite nice to him.
Where'd you meet him?
Well, Lidl. You can pretty much find anything in Lidl. Including the future King of England. And he was next to a Polly Pocket and a waffle machine. And
was this Lidl in the 80s?
Yeah.
Polly Pocket and a waffle machine.
Yeah, Polly Pocket, a waffle maker.
Why we're playing
Prince William and some raisins. And I said,
Sorry, you sound like someone at the end of the Generation game failing to remember the items.
Yeah. Toy knocking about.
Okay, we apparently have to move on.
I know. Flying.
He was in mid-flow.
I know, I'm sorry.
Tell them, you just trust me, I'm building up to something.
I'm watching a match. What toy might kids be finding under the Christmas tree this Christmas?
Well, I don't want to give it away in case my kids are watching.
Yeah, that would be really bad, wouldn't it? Yeah. This is the current toy. Let me see if I get that lined up so we get it exactly right. This is Freddy. Freddy is a programmable bear that you can get at Christmas. And
Just like a real bear. Programmable.
Yeah.
Everyone likes a good hug.
Do they know?
Give me a hug.
No, that's a bit needy.
I love their hugs.
Isn't that the creepiest, weirdest? Laughs with a different voice to the voice it talks with.
Brought to you by the people who brought you the Blair Witch Project.
It's a bit distant, I feel. It's a bit like, I'm not so fully committed, but you can program it with phrases, which apparently they've programmed for them.
It's so very nice to see you again, Dora.
It's so very nice to see you. That's like something Vincent Price would say.
Hello, my friend Dora.
Do you know, I think...
Can you make it say, it puts the lotion in the basket?
You really like to stargaze with Brian Cox. What else do you like about the park?
All right, you're creepy now. You're really freaking out. You know stuff about me.
This is a great day, Dora. We are going to have such fun together. It's great to have a friend like you to talk to.
Oh, that's so depressing. That makes me want to cry.
I wish I'd never done the voiceover for it.
Where are these phrases supposed to be coming from, then?
Don't turn me off, Dara. If you turn me off, I'll become more powerful.
Hang on, you can do one of the settings you can change it. Hang on, let's try it.
This would be an incredible burglar alarm. I mean, imagine breaking into someone's house and then that's sitting at the top of the stairs saying, hello. Why are you in my house? I died in 1834.
Dora, can you use its hair to see what you would look like with a wispy blonde beard?
You mean like that?
What is better for me?
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
I know you like to eat too.
I totally said I would like to eat you.
Totally did say I would like to eat you. I am really freaked out with the bear now.
Cider is one of my favourites too.
Cider is one of my favourite drinks.
Friends together.
No, we're not having a pint of cider together. You threatened to eat me a second ago.
Like cider.
You like cider?
It's that drunk conversation again.
But he still laughs like a Japanese schoolgirl.
Perfectly calibrated, being freaky. This is...
Someone told me you like to wear tiny hats.
Someone told me you like what?
Someone told me you like to wear tiny hats.
Is that a euphemism for a condom?
No. How has internet pornography been put to good use recently?
This is the tortoise, isn't it?
Tortoise,
the tortoise.
yes.
This tortoise went... Well, two tortoises made a run for it.
Yeah.
One of them returned very soon, but the other one had gone walkabout. They weren't sure where it was. So this family, the kids, suggested that they play this YouTube clip of two tortoises like going at it, and then they play the sounds into the garden, and then eventually this tortoise came back.
The family decided to play tortoise. There's scenes on YouTube, like nature documentary type footage of tortoises making love.
Sweet, wrinkly love.
Slow, careful, precarious love. We can show you a small.
Yes, this is it.
You'll see some scenes of quite serious tortoise-on-tortoise action. The man tortoise get quite excited, and then you'll see the response of the lady tortoise, which is quite beautiful. Let's have a look at some beautiful images of tortoises at love.
What is that?
Yes.
I know that that's tortoises. I know that that's tortoises, but can you see what it's like from our point of view now?
And they are joking. Could you link to Christmas?
Could the tortoises have been banging at Christmas?
The tortoises, which were a Christmas present.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
There's
There's nothing you like more than having to show pornography to your Christmas present together. I've lost my Transformers doll. Optimus Prime. Watch me transform again. Oh, is that an exhaust pipe? Sort of. Don't put the tortoise up again. Oh, God. Weird.
Oh, wish you a Merry Christmas.
That's just the...
Wish you a Merry Christmas.
Who's going to turn on the TV at Christmas and just see Romish's Christmas spirit face? Look at that.
He loves Christmas, this one.
Well, I'm just waiting when you're going to do a fucking Diwali special, mate.
Is that the Festival of the Light?
We've had a bit of a Festival of the Light ourselves,
What has become a Christmas tradition for vandals in the Swedish town of Gavle?
Christmassy vandalism.
Christmassy vandalism. We're getting close. I'll give you clues. It's a 42-foot high straw goat that's in the town square.
They burn it fire to the goat.
They burn it down. You got it straight for him. They burn it down, and they burn it down every year. They burn. It started in 1966, and it got burnt down. And the guy who paid for it, like a local businessman, got all his money back in insurance. 1969, burnt down. 1970, burnt down. 1972, the goat collapsed because of sabotage. Every year they rebuild the straw goat. 1974, burnt down. 1976, hit by a car. 78, kicked to pieces. 79, burnt before it was even put up. 83, burnt out. 84, burnt out. 87, a heavily fireproof goat was built. It got burnt down a week before Christmas. 89, burnt down. 91, burnt down on Christmas Eve, then moved to Stockholm, burnt down again. 92, burnt down 8 days after it was built. There's 2 goats now, and the second one got burnt down 3 days later. Every year, and they don't want it to happen. They put web cameras on. They send the army around it. 2001, set on fire the 23rd of December by Lawrence Jones, a 51-year-old visitor from Cleveland, Ohio. Jones stayed in Cork. He was no goat burner, but believed he was taking part in a completely legal goat burning tradition. 2003, burnt down. 2004, burnt down. 21, like whatever. 2002, were burnt by vandals dressed as Santa and the Gingerbread Man, who fired a flaming arrow at it at 9 o'clock on the 3rd of December. 2011, the firefighters of Galville spread the goat with water to create a coating of ice in the hope of protecting it from arson. The goat was burnt down. 2013, the straw used to build the goat was soaked in anti-flammable liquid to prevent it from burning in the event of an arson attack. The inauguration took place on the 1st of December. On the 21st of December, the goat was burnt down. Last year, 3 attempts at arson were made, but the goat survived and was dismantled on September.
That is the Christmas episode. Good night.
Has anyone ever made a doll of you for Christmas?
No, you may.
Because now I think there would be.
They would, that'd be, yeah, like a little,
really
like
good.
a bobblehead, just an entire bobble, just bobbing me and I'm...
It could be a Russian doll.
You mean there'd be another smaller one inside of me,
Another
also
smaller one
bobbing?
inside that, and a smaller one.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you'd be the right sort of shape for that.
What? That was
There was
nice.
no way to say you're the right shape to be a Russian doll.
Fat prick, you look so big, there's probably another person inside of you.
One singular sensation.
All right. These are allegations that have been made about Sepp Blatter, but he has denied them all. In other news, what type of unusual theme park did President Vladimir Putin open recently?
I'm sorry about the rotten doll thing, Dara.
Just let it go.
I thought you were doing
Stop
that.
doing that! Oh, no! Do not damage the magical Christmas. OK, how has the behaviour of Western tourists upset people in Malaysia recently?
Well...
Saw that, didn't you? Saw the way I obviously didn't go straight to the only remaining person.
This is the Bruce... Oh, bollocks.
Sure, you wouldn't.
On my back. This is the Bruce Sport... Hey! There's really good heroin on this. Don't knock the tree down.
Oh, look, it's snowing!
Our next one is called Newsreel. Sorry. Right. You've got a cold, all right? Jesus. You're all so it's better than me. You've never had a cold. Right?
Obama versus Putin. Let the limp stay fucking up.
What unusual present might people be giving this Christmas? That's right, jizz. Sorry, do they want to tell me why, sperm would be a Christmassy thing?
Because it is Christmassy, you can write on the windows with it.
Put it on again. Put it on again. The iPad, yeah, put it on again. Go on.
Oh, you look funny. You look funny. Do the thing where you look funny again. You know when you make you look like the guy for back of a fucking bus, and for 3 years, everyone sends you photographs of a cartoon man on the back of the bus every day on Twitter. Hey, Dar, I saw you in Manchester today, huh? Click. Oh, bollocks. That's bad. On the back of the bus again. Do that with an eye patch, and then for years, every eye patch person in the universe, I will get sent him on Twitter. Happy? There. I'll take it on my nose. Is that all right? I hurt my nose. Oh, wow, it looks like I'm wearing a G-string.
If the marketing people are clever, that bloke on the back of the megabus is going to have an eye patch by next week.
The next topic is unlikely things to hear at Christmas.
I don't care how many presents he's left, there's reindeer shit all over the roof.
Look at those shiny red baubles. Welcome to the Embarrassing Bodies Christmas special.
Well, I didn't know what size you were, so I just had to guess. There you go. Your first packet of condoms.
And now on BBC One, The Queen's Speech, which contains scenes of a sexual nature.
A crib full of straw? No, I asked to see the manager.
I thought if I cut the legs off the turkey, I'd be able to get it into the roasting tray easier, but if anything, it just made it flap about even more.
It's lovely to have venison for a change. Santa, how are you getting home?
Well, take a skewer and shove it into a meaty bit of the thigh, and if she screams, Granny's asleep, not dead.
Sorry, Tiny Tim.
OK, and then David Cameron leaves the room and the pighead winks, smiles and blows a little kiss. And that is my idea for the new John Lewis ad.
These sprouts are from Germany. They lied about the emissions again.
So do you mean I need batteries for all of these? That's the last time I go Ann Summers for Christmas.
No, I didn't put a penny in the Christmas pudding. I spent a penny in the Christmas pudding.
Vorderman Smiley McGiffin. No, Reverend, this is not what I meant when I said which carols do you want to do?
Don't look at me like that. Don't, no, you go back in the box. Don't do sad. No, don't do sad. Don't do sad. No, don't do sad.
It doesn't look like it's sad he's doing, Dara.
He really did want to eat you, didn't he?
Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to Mock the Week, and what a week it's been. I'm Dara Breen. Joining this week are Rhys James, Zoe Lyons and Rob Beckett, Ed Gamble, Hugh Dennis and Gary Delaney. We start with a round called This Is the Answer, What is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Rhys, which category would you like?
Home news, please, Dara.
Home news is the category. That's an interesting choice. Let's see what's happened this week. Yeah, Your category is home news. The answer is 43 years. What is the question?
Is it for how long will the average Glastonbury goer keep their wristband on?
Is it how long will it take for Nigel Farage's erection to subside?
Is it, if Jeremy Corbyn asked the Shadow Cabinet for a high five, how long would they leave him hanging?
Is it how long will somebody have to wait if they're born today before they can move out of their parents' house?
Is it how long will you have to wait for your Uber if everyone gets deported?
Is it how long does Rob take to brush his teeth?
Big teeth, isn't it?
Is it what's the age difference between Cher and parts of Cher?
Is it how many years has Jeremy Corbyn had his shirt?
Is it the average age of the Russian under-21 gymnastic team?
Does any of you know the correct answer?
On which wedding anniversary is it traditional to give them some time apart?
Well, actually, I think it's how long have we been in the EU?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much. Cheers. The question I was looking for was, how long has the UK been a member of the EU before Thursday's momentous referendum vote to leave? How have people reacted to the result?
I'm pretty furious with my granddad. I mean, I was only being nice to him to get the inheritance, and now his vote has made the inheritance worthless.
There's been a big age divide, though, hasn't there? A lot of the older people have voted to leave, and a lot of the younger people have voted to stay. And I just think if you are a person over 65, I'd avoid stairs for the next 10 years.
I think we could have prevented that, though, by making it an internet vote.
It'd be very wrong to stereotype all Leave voters as old anyway, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Although it doesn't matter if we do, because they'll all be in bed by now.
Statistically, 4,000 of them are already dead. If we just... It's going to take 2 years to leave. If we just held the referendum in 2 years, it would have been a landslide.
Yes, it's very, very disappointed. Some people felt it, you know, it's a trait of the British people, the desire for sovereignty, the desire for independence, all that, you know.
Yeah, it was a big war cry, wasn't it, to get Britain back, you know, and that's already started. The currency is already back to a point that it was in 1985, so I mean, it's clearly working.
When Sunderland voted to leave, I thought maybe they thought they were voting to leave Sunderland.
You know, like, would I like to leave? Fantastic. If I go, I just tick yes. I go into another booth, and suddenly, like Mr. Ben, I'm not in Sunderland anymore.
I think the Cornish voted to leave as well, didn't they? Cornwall voted to leave because they think it's going to give the fishing industry a boost, which it probably will, because fish will become our currency when announces.
It's like the country's had, like, an office affair. We've got to, like, middle age, had an office affair, thought, this is a bit crazy, actually, I'm going to leave her. Yeah, and then they get a new flat in Canary Wharf, go, yeah, freedom! And give it 2 years, they're crying, sitting in their pants, and the people that are left over are the kids, and they're screwed.
I'll tell you what, Cameron was right.
Jesus, that was brutal.
Oh, yeah, I've got it if you need it, mate.
Cameron said it'd be bad for jobs, and he was right, because his was gone by 8 o'clock the next morning.
So who's been backtracking since the referendum result?
Well, a lot of people have been regretting their decisions. You know, it's because it's split up families. It's divided families. It's divided friends. I mean, I've got a Dutch wife, so on the morning after the referendum, it was just tragic to watch her packing the little clogs into a bag, taking the little wheels of cheese away.
My girlfriend demanded to know if I was in or out. Unfortunately, we were having sex at the time.
Yes, there's been a lot of basically a lot of the Leave campaign have been forced to go. Oh yeah, did we say that? Did we say 350 million? Oh, really? It wasn't written anywhere, really. Oh, on the side of a bus. Oh, well, you know the way people write things on the side of buses all the time. Yeah, I mean, I saw there's a side of bus going around near me recently which said that Batman vs Superman is a 5-star movie. That was on a bus for ages, and it's not really.
I think the £350 million claim was the most dubious figure on the side of a bus since you did those Megabus adverts. I couldn't let that one lie.
I understand people having regrets about it, because I mean, we all have regrets about things. You know, I have many regrets. Usually they're connected to a hangover, but I've never woken up in the morning and gone, my God, did I cause the currency to crash last night? Did I have some part in that?
Isn't it? Yeah. Well, people rarely, when you wake up after a bad night, hand you a graph. Oh dear, this looks bad.
Well, now we've got control of our borders, people are saying that the population could go down by as much as 5 million people, or Scotland, as they
Campaign wanted to bring more manufacturing back into Britain, didn't they? That was their thing, and they've started with the truth. They've just started manufacturing their own truth in Britain.
Hey, by the way, we should. Because it's a nationally broadcast show and they're cheering for certain points of view that are expressed here, should remind we're all in the bubble here, people. That bubble which manages to be London, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Gibraltar. That weird, freaky bubble that pops up randomly at points. Yeah.
They want a speedy divorce, don't they? The EU, like, is it Juncker? Is his name Juncker?
Yeah,
Juncker. He wants that speedy divorce. I reckon we should get, like, Cheryl Vicini Fernandez, Tweedy Cole, whatever. We should get her in. She is smashing for the divorces and she's looking all right. I'll get her in to head it up.
I love that the result of the Brexit vote has meant that Rob refuses to pronounce any European names.
He is being quite strict on us, though, Juncker. Like, I'm starting to think, is he still going to let us bring in a board game on our last day? Because I've got the perfect one. We should take in Risk.
At least you can use Brexit now, can't we? Like, if I just don't achieve what I want to in my life, I can be like, Brexit, wasn't it? Nothing to do with me having no drive or, like, positivity. It'd just be like, did you get the milk? Come on, Brexit, give me a... I can't get a boner. Brexit, leave me alone!
Why don't you just call it a full English Brexit?
Actually, well, I had a bit of a result because I actually put £100 on us to leave at 10 to 1, and I've put that towards my holiday, so €25 now for my holiday.
Do you think there's a danger that this country will eventually be broken by the fact that we forgot to stop the direct debit going out to the and then, like, 2 years later, go, why are we still losing 350? I meant to give that money to the NHS. Yes, it still seems to be going out every week.
We've got to invoke Article 50, haven't we?
Yes,
That's the first thing that's going to happen. And the first thing that strikes me about that is that Article 50 is a long way down the articles, isn't it?
Judging by Boris Johnson's mood and Gove, they're doing Article 49, which is the I'm just going to, like, say we did, but not do it, and hopefully people will forget. I mean, that is not the face of triumph. That is a naughty boy, who's misbehaved.
I think it looks like a press conference where a ventriloquist has been caught doing disgusting things to his dummy.
What has become highly desirable because of the vote to leave the EU?
Irish passport.
Yeah, one of these. One of these, baby.
Oh.
One of these. I know, pretty sweet, my friend. Pretty sweet.
Isn't it amazing we've got to the point where our own Prime Minister is in a less internationally strong position than Jed would?
The application forms of these have run out. They're expecting an extra 1 million of these. They're pretty sweet, you know, because...
I'm not bothered about that. I think it's all a fuss over nothing. But on an unrelated note, I'd just like to say, Dara, I love you. I've loved you since the very first moment I saw you. And would you do me the honour of being my husband?
Until now, though, it's been pointless having an Irish passport because they don't let you on a plane drunk anyway.
You are in no position, my friend.
I've gone for it. I've gone for it, mate.
Yeah, you took it in there, yeah.
Everyone's trying to find some sort of Irish heritage so they can try and get... But how far back can you go? I might try and get an African one. Go way back, mate.
You have got to go back a long way.
Yeah.
You might get a German one.
I might get a German one.
Oh, you're grand on that score. I think you're laughing.
I think your face is almost too German. It sort of reminds them of quite a checkered history.
The bad times.
You're very much an ideal they wanted to move away from.
It shows you that their ideal of what, like, a Super 8 should be should not be me. Look at the state of me.
Even Hitler would go, no, too far.
But I don't think he thought Aryans would have to have a pillar.
OK, at the end of that round, the point is going to Rob, Zoe and Reece.
Oh, yeah.
Now we play a round called Nice to EU to EU Nice. This game involves Reece and Gary, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers will step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. And the first subject is jobs. Who wants to come at that? Reece.
I've got a job. Yep, I'm not resigning. And my job is this, which still counts Dad. This is a good job. It's not perfect. It's not the best job in the world. I would never say that. Some people think it is. It's not, right? Best job in the world, community support officer. With no power comes no responsibility. Best job ever. Nothing is expected of you if you're a community support officer, right? If it's not writing down someone's details, then it is beyond your remit. That is 100%. It's just vigilante admin. That's all it is. You're a professional grass. That is your job. I got a leaflet through the post a few weeks ago advertising that job, right? It said, do you have what it takes to be the best? Will you stand up in the face of danger when no one else will? No? Then you should become a community support officer. In the hierarchy of law enforcement in this country, it goes Army, Police, British Transport Police, Ticket Inspector, Traffic Warden, Park Ranger, Dinner Lady, Kid wearing Nike trainers, Kid wearing Adidas trainers, Community support officer. Kid wearing Umbro.
Well done. Diana Reese. OK, that leaves with Gary. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel again. The topic is technology. OK, away you go.
The young couple next door to me have recently made a sex tape. I mean, obviously, they don't know that yet. The hardest part of making skimmed milk must be throwing the cows across the lake. The guy next to me at work used to watch porn all day. I'm just glad he didn't begin to rub off on me. I think if I was to try revenge porn, I'd just post naked pictures of myself online so everybody would know how low my ex's standards were. When answering the security question, place of birth, apparently vagina is not an acceptable answer. It's been a tough week. I got myself a memory foam mattress and now it's trying to blackmail me. I've currently got a stalker, but you probably can't tell in these trousers. A friend of mine was killed by the big sea. He was walking past Curry's and a sign fell on his head. I was watching TV and the announcer said there's a documentary about the clitoris on the red button, but I couldn't find it. Thank you.
Very good. Point there for a guy lady. Come on back. Our next round is called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So what's going on here?
Is this Jeremy Corbyn training for his new job at a McDonald's drive-thru?
Is he saying to her, are you sure this is the most modern Bluetooth headset you've got?
Is he saying, please hold, your resignation is important to us. Please hold.
Is he playing Call of Duty and saying, why are you shooting me? I'm on the same team as you. This keeps happening.
Just going through the whole phone book going, hello, would you be interested in becoming a member of the Shadow Cabinet?
Are you the householder in this house? Well, OK, your parents aren't in. OK, would you be interested?
Is this Madonna has finally found a backing singer her own age?
Corbyn's popularity drops even further as it's realised he was a DJ in the 1970s.
Hello, have you been missold a referendum?
And you know the correct answer?
Well, it's Jeremy Corbyn.
Yes, this is a picture of Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn, who's fighting a huge challenge to his leadership in the wake of the referendum campaign. This week, Corbyn suffered over 40 resignations from his shadow cabinet before Labour MPs passed a vote of no confidence in his leadership.
It's weird, isn't it? Exactly a week too late, he's become absolutely committed to Remain.
It is striking that at a time of, you know, like with the Tory party falling apart, that Labour leaped into action and disintegrated. Completely fell apart. It's almost like this particular generation of Labour leaders, I think they're bodyguards for Cameron. That oh my God, Cameron's in danger. Quick, let's take the bullet. No!
I think it might get to the point where Jeremy Corbyn is the only person in the Labour Party and it's just him wearing a series of different wigs. Just desperately running around Commons going, hello, I'm a lady in Labour. And I love Jeremy Corbyn, he's so handsome.
After a while, all the resignation letters just went, dear Jeremy, what he said.
His shadow cabinet is now basically the Sugar Babes.
They're going so fast, aren't they? And it's people being replaced who you've never heard of are being replaced by people you've never heard of. It's like kind of limited edition Walker's crisps that have gone before you've ever had a chance to try them.
The Shadow Environment Secretary was that fennel and gooseberry flavour that no one really went for, yeah.
I think Jeremy Corbyn's big problem was that he supported Remain about as enthusiastically as most Labour MPs support Jeremy Corbyn.
Do you know what? He wanted a new kind of politics, didn't he? But he's going to be tremendously difficult to shift, isn't he? Because he's still got enormous support in the Commons, mainly from the Tory party.
Oh, they're desperate. He's like the old lady who won't move when the motorway has to be built. Yeah. And refuses. So the road is going to have to just go around you, pet. Like that farm in the middle of the M62. Just that guy just going, nope. What was Deputy Labour leader Tom Watson up to when the news broke?
He was at Glastonbury. He was getting ahead of the game. He was trying to convince Adele to become Shadow Foreign Secretary.
That's Tom, yeah, that's good. He was there. He posted loads of stuff, I think it was on Snapchat. He posted a picture of him in the silent disco tent. And then the following morning, somebody took a picture of him at the train station, returning to London, finally having turned his phone back on. And going, you have 637 new messages.
What's going on? It's supposed to be like proper... No wonder Labour's in turmoil. It's like, oh, no, where's Jeremy Corbyn? Oh, he's in hiding. Or he's gone to Gay Pride. Or, oh, where's Tom Watson? He's at Glastonbury. Oh, Andy Burnham's at a phone party. He'll come back later. We're supposed to be adults.
You know that's a bad day at work if you have to rush in with glitter on your face.
He's in an illegal rave, all right? Let him have his weekend. He's coming down from MDMA, all right? He's had a rough week.
Oh, don't wreck his buzz. Nobody wreck his buzz.
It's fine.
Yeah. He's been at a festival. How did he have charge on his phone?
You can still charge your phone at festivals now. Can't you? They have all sorts of things. I think you can pee into... I saw this thing where you can pee into something and it powers... That might have been a different video. Anyway, so...
In other news, what's going on here? Too soon, is this? This
has got to be the shittest week ever, isn't it?
Wait till we get to the bit about Andy Murray abducted by an alien.
No, not now!
Is it all...
One big hand, one little hand. I never noticed that before about Joe Hart.
Is he thinking, right, Iceland have a very strong defensive team. If I let them score twice in the first 20 minutes, that should be fine. I'm just angry. I can't make it funny.
Is he saying, I know this team like the back of my hand? Hang on, what's that?
Is this the runner-up in the National Resigning Championship?
Oh, well, it's only 5 more days till France would have knocked us out anyway.
Is he saying, Jamie Vardy's right, these electronic tags are really uncomfortable?
Is he going, right, OK, what time is kick-off? I should have enough time to mark up my resignation before the kick-off. Oh, God, I'm too angry. I'm just so sad. It's going to be all right, isn't it, Dara? Everything. You know things.
I don't care, man.
What's Tim Heath reckon?
And you know what the correct answer is?
Oh, he's going, Hodgson shit and we're out. Is that the answer?
Yes, I should accept that. I should accept that as the correct answer.
Sterling didn't have a good game, but to be fair to him, he was 10% smaller than he was last week.
We got beaten by a team with basically all the same surname. It's like losing to a school team in Norfolk.
Presumably, Ivan's rowing in behind Iceland now. Is that the... Yeah, it's a conquers, really. You go with, like, all of your things get passed on to whoever wins. Iceland now own England. And I, for one, welcome our new Icelandic overlords. Something is happening because there's a long gap between the first one and the second one.
Yeah.
There's a long gap, and you know something's happening in Icelandic in their heads. Some Viking thing is happening, and it's freaky because you're going, oh. Even longer than that, you're going, oh, come on. And then when they know the time has passed, it's just a glorious thing.
What was happening in that gap was they were scoring 2 goals.
Yeah. At the end of that round, the points go to Ed, Hugh and Gary. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely film trailers.
Referendum 2. We'll keep doing it until we get the result we like.
From the director of Batman vs Superman, a heartfelt letter of apology for wasting our time.
Tantric Sex, the movie, not coming soon.
The new all-female Ghostbusters. The CGI looks amazing because we saved 30% on actors' wages.
Sepp Blatter and Donald Trump star in Despicable Me Too.
Thanks to an unfortunate typo, it's the most one-sided action film ever. Allen versus Predator.
Just when you thought the service couldn't be any more appalling, Southern Rail present Snakes on a Train.
The Avengers go to prison. They should have asked the age of Ultron.
The greatest trick the devil ever played was charging £9 for Fanta and popcorn. It's a fucking lot, isn't it?
In his most important role to date, Danny Dyer is Emmeline Pankhurst. Me and the rest of these tots is pissed off!
The sequel you hoped they would never make. The Martian 2. 101 dull Martians.
In a land where nothing costs more than a pound. It's Poundland.
Referendum 4. Now Ant wants to leave deck.
Michael Gove is David Cameron's best buddy in Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Mate.
Harrison Ford is 73 and he's back in Indiana Jones and the Tricky Patch of Ice outside the post office.
In a world where they only sell PCs. It's PC world.
Very good. OK, next topic. Unlikely things to hear on a makeover show.
Look, Gokwan, I know you're trying to build my confidence up, but you can stop grabbing my tits and shouting bangers.
Welcome to Changing Rooms. This one's in the lingerie department at Debenhams.
I love what you've done with the bedroom, guys. I love the neutral colours. I love everything, all the new furniture. But what have you done with my beanbag? There was 20 grand's worth of coke in that.
Well, why do we call it DIY SOS? Because I've accidentally staple gunned my penis to this staircase.
Welcome to Straight Eye for the Straight Guy, where the advice is always spray Lynx on your crotch.
Mrs. Patterson says her downstairs is a little damp. Don't worry, Alan Titchmarsh has that effect on a lot of women your age.
When Susan approached us, she was overweight, she had terrible hair, and her self-esteem was at rock bottom. But now, thanks to our team, she's got a new kitchen.
This bathroom really is looking exquisite now. We have laid Moroccan tiles on the floor, we've used accentuating tones on the walls, and over here we've put a brand new shitter.
Well, it's taken a lot of work, a lot of sawing and a lot of drilling. But finally, the shed is finished and Jeff has somewhere quiet to masturbate in.
Oh, wow, she looked hideous before, didn't she? Oh, that's after, sorry.
Oh, we just did a spruce up, really. You know, we dusted, got rid of the cobwebs, sorted out the curtains downstairs, and, yeah, I'll probably shag her now.
Well, I mean, I absolutely love it. I love the wallpaper. I love the way you've knocked through. It's just one thing. I actually live next door.
I showed this couple from Sussex a delightful little semi earlier and said if they touch it, I'll do up their house.
What your hair needs is volume and lots of body. So here's Brian Blessed.
Why did you give me more teeth?
At the end of that round, the points go to Ed, Hugh and Gary. That's the end of the show. This week's winners are Rhys James, Zoe Lyons and Rob Beckett. Commiserations to Ed Campbell, Hugh Dennis and Gary Delaney. Thank you for watching. I'm Dara Breen. Good night.